tight, it's gonna get hard to breathe.
Hold tight, baby.
And never let you drown. Even if we're going down, hey yo, never let go of me. When I'm sinking.
Loose lips sink ships, that's what someone told me. But this boat will stay afloat as long as you hold me. We've been through rough water, and at times it was tougher. But the fact I came back to remind you I love you. And if that's not enough, well I can one up you. I pinky promise tough stunts, I never make you suffer. And all I ask in return is some reciprocation. I'll be your oxygen when you're running out of patience. So take a deep breath and hold it tight. My heart is yours, just reassure me that you hold it right. Don't be offended, I'm just the cautious type to always be around to hold you down and never underlie.
Ayo, never let go of me.
Never let go.
Hold tight, it's gonna get hard to breathe.
Hold tight, baby, hold tight.
Never let you drown. Even if we're going down. Ayo, never let go of me. When I'm sinking.
In the bottle, I hope that you receive it. If it washes up at your feet, then open it and read it. To whom it may concern, insert your name here. It's destiny that we were both born in the same year. 3 months apart, but on the same sphere. Staring at the sun, inhaling the same air. This type of love we got, they'll never get it. I'll be the Leo DiCaprio to your Kate Winslet. Sometimes I panic, but I never take you for granted. I hold you till my lips turn blue like Jack and Titanic. And if I lose my grip, then just promise me this. You'll keep my love in the locket and always rock it like.
Ayo, never let go of me.
Never let go, never let go.
Hold tight, it's gonna get hard to breathe.
Hold tight, mama, hold tight.
Never let you drown. Even if we're going down. Hey yo, never let go of me. When I'm sinking.
There's times when like you find it hard to hold on to something that was never meant to be held on to. So you let it go. If it comes back, it was meant to be. If not, just let it be. Come on!
Ayo, never let go of me.
Never let go, never let go.
Hold tight, it's gonna get hard to breathe.
Hold tight, mama, hold tight.
Never let you drown. Even if we're going down. Hey yo, never let go of me. When I'm sinking.
Keep fighting for me and keep showing your love and support.
Hey, everybody! Hey, Roxana! Yes, I see you, Brendan. Welcome. I wanted to do a quick little live. I'm sorry I kept delaying it. I was going to do it last night when I got home from work. I was so tired. It just wasn't going to happen. And then I was going to do it early this morning, but then I woke up too early. And, oh, no, I'm yawning again. It just wasn't, yeah, it wasn't in the cards for me. So, but I wanted to talk a bit about, let's see, copy. There we go. I wanted to talk a bit about, because I saw a tweet the other day on Twitter, and I thought, well, that's something that we should probably discuss in a live or something, because I think a lot of people are feeling discouraged because it's been so long since, you know, anything legally has happened for Brendan. And we got all this stuff happening for Stephen, which is great. But there's just nothing really happening for Brendan. So I'm putting together a little slideshow on the fly because I am not a good planner. And I was going to do this one way, but I think I'm going to do it this way because it just makes better sense to do it this way, which I think I'm just going to start doing it this way more often, just plan it out better. But I'm basically getting these little images of ways that we can help Brendan while we continue to wait. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Roxana. Thank you. I'm sorry that I haven't gone live for a show, Positively Brendan show. My schedule, my work schedule, and then plus I had an event I went to last weekend. I went to a gaming convention, and I just wasn't able to do a live stream that day because I was at the gaming convention. So, yeah, let me see. So I've got address, address, address. And I think that's what I need to show you guys, not necessarily. So let me scroll down. I think I have one more picture I want to include in this. So let me see if I can find it. So I don't know if anybody has gotten their t-shirts back. If they ordered a t-shirt for the one that Brendan drew for us. Not drew, but colored in. If anybody has and they want to share, please do. I'd love to see. I'm going to do this one. Copy, paste, and then move it. Oh, I don't know. And then, because especially if you want to send those pictures to Brendan, he'd love to see them. He's so proud of that t-shirt. He really enjoyed it. Yeah, it does feel like forever. I feel like it's been forever at least. And, you know, I don't want to let you guys down, but, you know, sometimes things happen. And I know Pete's got a busy schedule too during the week, so it makes it harder. You know, he's only got like the weekend to do it. And I think on Sundays he goes and visits Brendan. So we're kind of, yeah. And then I think I'm going to, I have another picture in here I'm going to show. Not that one. Let's see. And then I am going to try to make an announcement. I'll do this picture of our lovely Linda sporting. Okay, so ways that we can help Brendan are very limited, but not really limited. They're simple, and I feel like it almost feels like we're not doing enough, but it really is doing a lot. The first thing, obviously, we can do to help Brendan, first and foremost, one of the biggest ways to help Brendan is, and let me share my screen. Is to send him a letter. That is the number one thing that any supporter can do, is to send him a letter of support. You can send him a postcard, you can send him a letter, as long as you send him the letter and make sure that it has your first, and wait, hold on, let me show you a good example. And I'm going to dox myself probably. I don't care. Oh, what happened? Oh, that's it. That's interesting. That's interesting. I just did something. Okay, so will it show it? Probably gonna have to. Well, I didn't dox myself. I can't show the letter, can I? Here we go. So you see right here, let's pretend that this is me sending him a letter. So right here, you would put his address and stuff and make sure you fill it out completely. And then up here, you would write your full name. So my full name is Rebecca Nash. And then I would put my whole return address right here. And then, yeah, his address right here. And if you don't put your full name and your return address right here, they won't give him the letter. You have to have your full name and return address right here in this corner. And then, now I know British people or UK people like to put their address right here, their return address. I don't know. I mean, I've heard that, yes, the letters have gotten to Brendan when they put them back here still. I know that that's a proper thing in the UK when sending a letter, is putting your address on the back. That's actually like an old-fashioned way that we used to as a society do it, that the British still hold on to, that Americans dropped. But I'm telling you guys, and this is just because I want to make sure that everyone's letters get to Brendan, no matter who you are. I just want to make sure that he gets your letters. So I'm saying I would put your full name and return address right here, just to be 100% sure. That's the only reason why I say it, and it's not to pick on anybody or anything. I just want to make sure Brendan gets the letters, because at the end of the day, that's what I care about. I want Brendan to get his letters. I don't want them to be refused and returned. If you don't put your address, and a good example is that if you don't put your address at that, on the letter, your return address, and they deny it, they're not going to send it back to you because there's no return address. They're going to destroy it. He'll never see your letter. If you put your return address, but you don't put your name, they'll return it to you. And they'll put a stamp on it saying why they returned it. But that's why we have to make sure we put our full name and return address and put it right here in this corner. Like if your stamp goes right here, it's on the opposite side. Okay? Hi, by the way. I look like crap. But that's one of the biggest ways you can help Brendan right now. And it seems very small, but I'm telling you guys, each and every letter that he receives means the world to him. He treasures it. Every time he gets a letter saying, I believe in you. I know you're innocent. I'm here for you. I'm fighting for you. It really, truly means everything to him, and it gives him hope and faith. And that's, and you don't have to, I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't know what to say to him. I don't know what to write. I don't want to talk about my life because I feel like I'll be bragging. A lot of people actually have said that to me. Like, I don't want to talk about how good my life is when this poor guy is sitting where he's sitting. And honestly, and I swear, he doesn't. Oh, you're doing DoorDash? Oh, sweet, Roxana. Yeah, I did that for a little bit. It wasn't too bad. You know, I live in a very small area, though, so it kind of limited my DoorDashing abilities. But anyway. But yeah, every time, Brendan doesn't hold grudges. He doesn't, like, get jealous or anything like that. He, honest to God, is like happy for everybody who does well in life, and if he just, so if you do write to him and you want to tell him about your life, and you think you'll feel bad because, well, he's in this situation and I'm free, he loves hearing about your life because it takes him away from what he's experiencing. Like, it gives him something to look forward to and to read and enjoy. It takes him out of the prison in his mind and puts him in a different place, so, like, don't be afraid to write to him about your life, your experiences. If you have funny stories or anything, he'd love to read them. But like I said, even if you don't feel comfortable doing that, if you just want to send him a quick card, letter, postcard, just saying, I support you. Let me show you too about postcards. I tested this out recently and it definitely got to him. With postcards, so, like, this is one of my postcards that I made. So, like, with postcards, normally you would write your address right here to where you're sending it to, and then you'd put your message right here. So write the address that you're sending it to, and then put the message, and then, like, right in this area, put your full name and return address, and it will get to him. So, kind of the same rules as letters. And with the postcards, I send, every time I travel somewhere, I try to get a postcard and I send it to him. And it's just a cute little fun way of saying I'm thinking of you. Here, look at this funny postcard I found, sort of thing. Hey, T1, what can be sent to Brendan in letters? Like pictures of his current interest, cars, trucks, wrestlers. Oh, yeah. So the best way to send that kind of stuff, if you want to send him pictures, because he's very limited on actual photocopy pictures that he can get in his cell, like actual physical copied pictures, because of space and all that. So the best way to send him pictures of those sorts of things, if you find anything that you think, and you can send him any kind of pictures you want, guys, as long as it's like PG-13, not porn, But if you want to send him pictures of his interests, like Pokemon, cars, trucks, wrestlers, if you want to send him pictures of where you, like, the state that you live in, the country that you live in, if you saw something cool that you think he might like, anything like that, what I would do is I would print them out on regular printer paper on a standard 8x11, I think it is, and send it to him with the letter that way. And that's the best way he can get it, because they consider that a part of the letter, and they don't regulate it, like, as far as, like, if you send him like a physical picture, he will be able to see it, but then he has to send it home because he can't have it in his cell with him, because he's already maxed out on, he's got like family pictures and stuff in his cell. So another thing Brendan really enjoys being sent to him are coloring pages. He loves to color. And the way to send, please share his current interests that you know of. Yeah, sure. I'll show you. I'll tell you that in just 1 second. So he loves coloring pages, and sometimes he'll even color if you send him a coloring pages and you ask. He'll sometimes color it in and send it back to you. But that's one of his biggest hobbies to do in there right now. What you can do to send him a coloring page is it's very specific instructions. You basically you can only send one coloring page per envelope, and that's it. Like no letter in there, nothing, because the way the prison copies, because they only give him copies of the letter. They don't give him full. They don't give him the actual letter or anything in the envelope. It's just all copies, and they do front to back copies, and it's hard when you send like multiple things in with a coloring page because he colors with markers and it bleeds through. So you do one coloring page per envelope by itself at a time, and you send it to him like that. And yeah, if you write him a letter, and like let's say you want to include coloring pages, you send the letter separately with the pictures and stuff that you have, and then the coloring pages are in their own separate envelope, one coloring page per envelope, if that makes sense. And then that way, when he gets the coloring pages, it's just a single coloring page for him because, like I said, they copy it front to back. The original letters, so the reason why they do this beginning, they changed this back like a December or two ago. They were having issues with drug paraphernalia coming through to the prison through letters. I guess somebody was soaking drugs onto the letters and then sending the letters, and then they would eat the paper to get high, which I guess that's a thing. So they're now outsourcing. That's why the address to send Brendan a letter is going to Maryland, Phoenix, Maryland, and that's because there's a copy center. They copy the letters and then they send them the copies. So, and that might be changing soon too, but I won't get too much into that. I'm not sure how, or like I know it's happening, but I don't know if it's exactly what's going to be happening. But like that's a discussion for another day. But yeah, Brendan's interests are he likes anime, manga, Pokemon. He likes video games. Any kind of video games. If you play video games, he'd love to hear about it. He likes cars. He likes, let's see. He does like to read books and stuff, so if you know any interesting books and stuff, but he likes manga over books. So if you have any manga suggestions for him, anime suggestions for him, he likes watching TV shows. He likes the Marvel TV shows and the DC TV shows. Like he really liked to watch Arrow and Superwoman. He he watches General Hospital every day. So if you watch that, you can talk to him about that. Let's see. I know, let's see. He likes animals. His favorite animal is a cat. So if you have pets and stuff, you can send him pictures of those. His favorite cat is a lynx. So if you want to send him pictures of lynx, he'd probably appreciate it. I'm trying to think if there's anything more that I'm missing. I know the one channel, he doesn't have streaming platform. He only has cable TV, and the one channel he seems to really like to watch a lot with the different TV shows is called CW, and I think they changed it recently to something else. Let me see, CW channel. The CW network, yeah. So, he watches a lot of things on that show, on that channel. I don't know. I don't watch cable TV, so it's been a while, but yeah, he doesn't have streaming access. Other than he loves watching movies. He does have a tablet, and once a month they update the movies, and so he's able to buy a movie and watch it once or twice, and then it goes away the next month. So he loves watching movies. So if you guys want to talk to him about the movies you've seen, he'd love to tell you about the movies he's seen. Yeah. But those are things that you can oh, and music. He loves music, and he'll listen to almost anything you suggest for him to listen to. He loves all sorts of different kinds of genres. I know he really likes country, and he really likes early 2000s music. I know he listens to some rap and hip hop. But yeah, if you have movie or music suggestions, sometimes it depends on what kind of song it is, because it has to be like a prison approved song, because the prison has a catalog of music that he can go through and then buy a song. And if the prison didn't approve it, then he can't get it. So sometimes, like, there's certain songs that I tell him he should listen to and he can't get, or he not yet at least. But if you have a song suggestion for him, he'd probably definitely try to listen to it. So it seems to be like the older music is more available on his tablet than the newer music, if that makes sense. But yeah. So that's a big way you guys can help Brendan, because it not only helps him escape his daily struggle in prison, but it gives him something to look forward to. Letters and stuff. It's worth more than gold in prison, believe it or not. When prisoners get love letters, he does have a job in the prison. He recently got a new one, and he's basically working with earthworms right now, and he really enjoys it. He really enjoys the job. So I'm actually really happy for him, because I think that if he really enjoys it and he finds more interesting things about it, it could open up doors to other avenues. When he gets out, he can be more involved with agriculture if he wanted, which is a big thing out in Wisconsin. So we'll see, but I'm happy for him as long as he's happy with the job. But yeah. So the next thing that you guys can do to help Brendan is you can write to Governor Evers or tweet him or email him. And it sounds like a really exhausting and dead end of a way, because Governor Evers seems like he ignores us. But it's honestly, the more we email, the more we put Brendan's name out there attached to Governor Evers, it does help. It keeps Brendan's name out there, his story. It annoys Governor Evers. I know that much. I don't know if I don't know if Governor Evers is ever going to do anything about it. But it also gives us something to do to keep us busy in a way. There's two addresses. There's the actual Capitol address, and then there's the Madison office. You can send to either one. I send to both all the time. There's his Twitter. You can tweet to him. I try to tweet to him every day. I don't know if it actually does anything. And then I didn't think he liked cleaning the, he didn't mind it, I guess because it was a job to him, but an incident happened, and he decided it just wasn't for him. So, yeah, that's basically, he just decided that it wasn't for him anymore. So, yeah, but definitely that's the other thing you guys can write to him about. Ask him about his job. But yeah, I get frustrated with Governor Evers because it feels like you're screaming at a wall. But this is, even Laura Nyrider has said this is one of the few options that he has left. She says he's got a bunch of options legally left, but we haven't seen anything, and it's been quite a few years since we have. And I'm not saying they're not doing anything behind the scenes, but until then, this is what we have to do. So, what type of letter are you suggesting to the governor? Just to plead a release or give him a hearing or review? Hey, under your scars. First and foremost, when you write to Governor Evers, whether it's through Twitter, email, or a letter, be respectful and polite, non-threatening. We need to remember we're representing Brendan, and we need to represent him to the best of our abilities. And, we don't want to create a bad name already more than we supporters have. You just want to be polite, and you can basically write whatever is in your heart to write to him, whether that's, explaining who Brendan is, who Brendan was when he was first arrested, why it's important to you that Brendan should be free. You can explain the reasons how Brendan is innocent. You can write to him and ask that he outright frees Brendan or considers to do it, or even, what is it called? Commutation is what we're basically asking for. We're asking for Governor Evers to forgive his sentence. You can ask for a full-on pardon, which I don't think Brendan really qualifies for. But, you could, whatever is in your heart to ask Governor Evers, even if it's just to say, I know sometimes I write to him and I say, look, Brendan is a great human being and who's obviously not a murderer, and he needs to be freed, and then just go on to tell how that would benefit Wisconsin society. It's just any kind of angle you feel you can do. If you want to spit facts. If you don't, if you're not confident in that, then just do what you think is best. Do we know of any triggers for the governor, like things that are close to his heart and might grab his attention? I can tell you that Governor Evers used to be a teacher, and I think he was a principal. I think he went from a teacher to a principal, and now he's a governor. And I think that's why he's all about the kids of Wisconsin, protecting the children in Wisconsin. I think writing to Governor Evers and reminding him how Brendan was pulled from school and interrogated without an adult or lawyer, and maybe ask him how he would feel as a parent or as a teacher in that situation. Remind Governor Evers that Brendan was a special ed student, about his learning capabilities. And, I think those are great points to bring up to Governor Evers. As far as religious beliefs he went, I don't know. I don't want to talk politics per se, but Governor Evers is also a Democrat. He doesn't seem to really focus in on just one religion. He seems to focus on a lot of different religions, so I don't really think it matters. I think if you speak about your religious beliefs and about how this is affecting your religious beliefs somehow, it would probably still be helpful. Like if, like, let's just say if you were Muslim, and you wanted to talk about how the Muslim faith would never allow this or blah blah blah. I don't think Governor Evers would. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't think he would think any less of that, if that makes sense, because he seems to be very pro all religions. So, yeah, no, really, Roxana, that's why, you know, a lot of my tweets, if you guys ever go to Twitter and you see my tweets on the Brendan Talks page, a lot of them are centered around how, you know, Brendan was a kid, and you know, Governor Evers talks about how, you know, the kids in Wisconsin and do what's best for the kids and you'll do what's best for the state. And it's like, well, how can you say that if you're okay with what happened to Brendan? And it's okay to say that kind of stuff too to him in the letter. You know, you can say that, like, you know, if you were all about protecting kids from, you know, and especially kids in education, then wouldn't this case be a precedent for you to make sure it never happened again? That's something else you can write to him about. Like, are you really okay with law enforcement coming in and taking kids out and making them confess to murders that they didn't do? You know, that's just something to write about, tweet or whatever. And feel free, you guys, if you see me tweeting about Governor Evers and you like what I tweet, you can copy my tweet and retweet it. Like, and I don't mean like you can just retweet my tweet. Like, you can copy the text and tweet it for your own. You can even copy my text and send it to Governor Evers in an email or in a letter. Like, do with it as you want. You know, and the same thing with the pictures I post. If I post support pictures on Twitter and all that, you guys are allowed to use those. So I just ask that if you use a picture that I do, you don't edit it in any way. Like, I know some people mean well, but like recently a person has been taking off like things like the website and stuff I put on the pictures, and I put those things on there for a reason to help Brendan. And when that one person takes off that information, she's actually kind of hurting the cause in a way, not helping it. Like, I know it probably doesn't seem, I don't know why I know why she does it. She wants to annoy me, but anyway. But yeah, no, anyone is welcome to use my pictures. Just please, like, respect the picture. The other thing, let's see, postcards. So I give away postcards for free. And these postcards are, if you're in the UK, you can write to, I don't have the address right now. I can, if you want to email me at Brendan Talks. If you're in the UK and you would like a free postcard, please email me at, or if you're in the US too, please email me at brendantalks89@gmail.com, and I will pass on your address to the UK person, Rhonda, who deals with the postcards in the UK for me. Or if you are in America or anywhere else in the country other than the UK, just email me your address. And please let me know if you want to be on my mailing list or if you just want a one-time postcard stack. I I basically send out 10 free postcards every so often. And then sometimes I include like a little sticker or something, a Brendan support sticker. And you basically can send these postcards to Governor Evers. You can send them to, there's a whole list of politicians and stuff in my Brendan Talks group. If you'd like those addresses and you're not in the Brendan Talks group on Facebook, please let me know and I will email them to you. But they're free. All you need to do is buy your own stamp and write out where you want to send them. I know a few people will leave the postcards places. Like I know one person actually this morning posted in our working group. She leaves the postcards at gas stations and stuff, which I think is an amazing idea, because how often do you stop for gas? And then, you know, and you just stand there and you look at the sign ahead and then you see a Brendan postcard. So I think it's an amazing idea. And our postcards look different than, these are the older designs that we had. We have newer designs where we actually have a QR code and we have our website, the BrendanDassey.com website. So, but yeah, if you guys are interested, please let me know and we'll definitely send you some free postcards. But that's a great way of doing something for Brendan positive, and sending Governor Evers a postcard every once. Like I my personal self, I usually send them like 3 or 4 postcards a week, and you know, and I think it's important that they come from Wisconsin because that's where his constituents are. But I also think it's important that people all around the world send him these postcards, because it shows that we're all watching what's happening in Wisconsin. It's not just Wisconsin people, it's the whole world. So that is another great thing you can help with that. And here's a picture of Linda. Do you have stickers like the list cards? Because I have seen Biter stickers on good. No, I mean, I have stickers that say like free Brendan Dassey and stuff like that, but I don't have anything like, oh, like the postcards. Yeah, I mean, I have stickers that have like Brendan's face on it, that have free Brendan Dassey, that have the website on it. So if you guys, I'm not going to suggest you guys leave them anywhere like that, because I know that's called vandalizing, but I'm not going to stop you from doing that. So like, do what you want with them, I guess. Anyway, so this picture of Linda is representing another great thing you can do to help Brendan. Is you can buy merch from the merch store that we have. This is a t-shirt that we featured in the merch store a little bit ago that Linda loved. This was one of her favorite t-shirts. But you guys can, here, let me show you guys the website. It is at this is the website for our merch store. It's Teespring. If you guys would, if everything that you guys buy from this merch store, 100% of the profits go to Brendan. And he has a lot of input on the t-shirts that we make. Like for instance, this t-shirt that we made is here. Nope, I can't. What? Why is it up there twice? I'll have to fix that. Anyway, so like this t-shirt, that is just something that he colored in. T1. This is something that Brendan colored in and sent to me, and so we put it on a t-shirt with his permission. So if you guys buy this t-shirt, for instance, all of the profits go to Brendan. I usually get I make sure that there's like at least $100 in profits before I withdraw it from the website and then mail it to, or not mail it to him, but send it to him directly. And I usually post the proof of it in the Facebook group. So you guys see that. Bye, T1. Thank you for stopping by. It was great seeing you. So if you guys do want anything, and like this t-shirt, he directly designed himself. Like he came up with the words, "We are Team Brendan," and then on the back, "He deserves to be out." And he even wanted me to put this t-shirt was designed by Brendan Dassey because he's so cute. So, you know, these are a great way of showing support, because not only are you helping Brendan out financially and the money that we send to him, it goes towards phone calls, it goes towards his snacks, it goes towards him writing letters and movies and downloading songs, and it, I mean, it all just goes towards him and his daily life out there in prison. Sometimes he has me hold on to the money, and then I'll buy him his drinks and stuff through the catalog for him with it. So it all eventually goes back to Brendan. The only t-shirts that the profits do not go to Brendan are the Linda t-shirts. And this was a t-shirt I designed a while back ago with Linda on it. And Brendan wanted me to give the profits of this t-shirt to her family. So that was an arrangement that we did for her family since Linda has passed. So all of the Linda products that you see down here, the cups, the t-shirts, they do go to her family, and it goes to help with I don't want to get too much into it, but it goes to help pay back her mom for the funeral that she paid for. So but you don't have to buy, you know, I bought one when I first made it. I'm probably going to buy another one because I really like the t-shirt. So, but yeah, this is just another great way you can help Brendan, is with the t-shirts. And let me think. There's one more thing that you can do to help Brendan, and that is there's 2 websites you can go to. So Bring Brendan Home. .org. Oh, that's interesting. And then I have to get off of here soon because I have to go to work. So bringbrendanhome.org is this website that was created. It's different now. It's changed. I guess not anymore. So we're going to not show that anymore. There used to be a petition on there, but I guess not. I guess they took it down. Is it? It's interesting. I guess they took it down. Well, then I'll just show my website. So me and Carol, my good friend Carol, we designed a website for Brendan with Brendan's input. And this is 100% Brendan's website. So when he gets out, he can do with it however he wants. But we designed it. And this is a great website that I set up with Carol. And the one way you can help Brendan is if you go here and it says Brendan Dassey needs your help, start now, and you click the start now. There's this petition we set up, and it kind of explains what we want to do. We want to set up a conviction integrity unit. I'm just gonna and a conviction integrity unit would help Brendan and Stephen Avery out very greatly. And we explain a conviction integrity unit would review cases of individuals who are currently incarcerated who need their cases reviewed to see if the cases and sentencing are fair and just. The current Wisconsin Pardon Board only reviews cases 5 years after the individuals have served their sentences. We feel this would be beneficial for Brendan Dassey due to him still being wrongfully incarcerated. Please help Brendan's chances of freedom and click the link to sign the petition. And then there's a whole bunch of like interesting facts about integrity units and other places. You click the link, it takes you to the petition. We're almost to our 1,500 goal, so if you guys sign, that would be great. And this is another way you can help Brendan is by signing this petition, sharing it with everybody. And this doesn't just help Brendan. Like I said, it can help Brendan, it can help Stephen. If you have a family member that is, if you feel is wrongfully convicted in Wisconsin, this can help them. If you have a friend or anybody who is wrongfully convicted in Wisconsin, this can help them. A conviction integrity unit will review any case that is of a conviction and see if it needs to be like maybe if you felt like your case, if you have a family member who is like, for instance, sentenced to 50 years for a crime that they should have been sentenced for only 10 years. That's what a conviction integrity unit would do, is they would review the case and they would say this is unfair sentencing, and they would help adjust it or make it better. So that's what we're aiming for here, is because we know for a fact that if Brendan's case reached to a conviction integrity unit, there's so many issues in his case that they would look at it and say this is not just. This was not a just sentencing. So that's what the website originally is also created for the petition, but we also have a whole bunch of other stuff. We have all the case files condensed in one area. Thanks to people like Foul Play and J-Jax for helping us put this stuff together. We also have like ODOG, Interrogation right here with O'Kelly, which I think is very amazing of him to share with or allow us to use. So thank you. You have all the trial documents, post-conviction hearing documents, the appeals, all the way up to recently. You know, you got the oral arguments here, the clemency petitions, and if any more things come out, then we try to put it on the website for you guys. And I try to keep it in order from when it first happened to currently, so that's easier for us to look up and kind of to give us an idea of, like, for instance, if you go back and say, like the May 13th phone call is a very controversial phone call, right? Because everyone's like, oh, well, he confessed to his mom, right? Well, you can go back here before that phone call and you can see the whole entire interrogation and transcript, and it telling you, and it kind of like shows you how it progressed from them saying you need to call your mom before we do and tell her the quote-unquote truth and blah blah blah, or else you'll be in big trouble, to the actual phone call and what was actually said in the phone call. So just something that me and Carol, and I think Katie helped us too. We also have the crime scene pictures. A lot of these crime scene pictures, by the way, were for Stephen's trial, but I wanted to put them for Brendan's on Brendan's website because I wanted to highlight how a crime didn't occur here. Clearly, some of this stuff does apply to Brendan, like the bleach bottle. apparently they cleaned with bleach, even though not really. I mean, look at that. All the oil and stuff, yeah, that was bleach cleaned, whatever. But yeah, so that's why I included these photos. Like, because this is obviously, this would be considered a crime scene photo, yet it wasn't used in Brendan's trial. How interesting is that? Isn't that interesting? It's so interesting. These were Brendan's blue jeans, supposedly the ones that he wore that night. Here's the really flimsy, the super flimsy handcuffs that I think a grown woman who wanted to get out of those could, but you know. Anywho, that's what's on the website. I have to get going now because of work, but yeah, the self-release handcuffs, yeah. Hey Pennywise, welcome. So I have to get ready for work, but I hope this was an informative live. And of course, if you have any questions about anything you want to send to Brendan as far as letter-wise or anything else-wise, please email me at brendantalks89@gmail.com. You can also catch me on Facebook and message me there if you need to. Yeah, I mean, it's just all the things I mentioned sometimes seem very small and insignificant, but I promise you it matters. And especially sending Brendan a letter, it really truly matters, especially to him. And that's what we're here for, is to help him and to do everything that we possibly can to help him bring him home. So thank you guys for listening. And hopefully I'll have a Positively Brendan live for you guys soon. I'm not sure. I'm working Saturday and Sunday, but or Friday and Saturday, but I have Sunday off, so I'll see if Pete's available that day. I can send some out to you, Roxana. I knew a few people mentioned to me that they were over bombarded with the postcards the last few times I sent, so maybe I'll make a poll and see if people are ready for me to send any more. But I definitely will send you some. And yeah. And what else was I going to say? I had a thought. No, it's gone. Oh well. I'll think of it later, I'm sure, when I'm at work. I think it was about the lives, yeah. I think it was just that we may be doing a live this Sunday, but I'm not sure. Or maybe I can do it Saturday morning. We'll see. I'll talk to Pete and we'll see what works for Pete. But yeah, everyone stay positive out there and have a good day. And let's end it with